So, waha, it's the streaming live on YouTube. I hope you guys are okay with that. You're on YouTube now.
Wait, did I sign something? No.
Yeah. So now I've got to mute my YouTube link so I don't hear myself twice. So, hello, Melanie. Hello, Joey. Welcome to our infrequent live Disney chat.
We try.
And mostly we talk about your trips, Melanie. So thanks for coming back.
Well, lately. But you're going on a trip soon, so we're going to get to hear about that.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That's next month coming up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how is everybody doing? How's your summer?
Yeah, I mean, going to California for 2 weeks was a blast. Besides, going to Disneyland for my birthday. I was out there for my friend's stepdad's celebration of life, which was the following weekend when I was at Disneyland. And so I was out there all week helping them prep for that, and which there was a lot to do. The house, their childhood house that they grew up in, was built in 1969, I think. Yeah, or they moved in 69. It was built in 68. Anyway, this is an old house in Mission Viejo when it was just like orange groves and that sort out there. Anyway, and their stepdad lived to 90 something, and so so it was a lot of prep to get ready for the party. But yeah, that's. How about you, Joey?
I've been having a great summer. We took a trip and went to California, did the Oregon coast and the redwoods, and went to Lassen Volcanic National Park and Crater Lake. It was a lot of fun. And then came back and did about a week's worth of work. And then the wife and I disappeared to San Antonio, where I got to hang out on the Riverwalk and go to the Alamo, where they're doing a lot of new construction to not really recreate the Alamo, but the walls of the actual fort that they fortified to fight the Mexicans. They're rebuilding the walls in the actual locations and turning them into outdoor museum pieces. It's really pretty incredible what they're doing down there.
Wow, that's really cool.
I went down there to celebrate my birthday with my friend group in July, and we were there. We were at the hotel. It was right across the street from the Alamo. Now I can't remember.
Is that the Manger or?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a beautiful hotel. It's a Victorian style hotel.
Yes,
yeah, it's really beautiful.
And a great pool. We had a blast. But yes, there were a lot of walls up for construction, and it was weird walking around because it wasn't quite the same as what I remembered, going down there for the Riverwalk. But yeah. Did you go to the basement?
Of the Alamo. You're cute.
I always have.
They won't let me in. I don't know why.
I know. Come on, Pee Wee. Do you know that reference, Sue?
I do not.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, that's from Pee Wee's Big. I haven't seen that in a long time. I gotta watch that.
I haven't either.
It's a classic.
Yes. Anyway, yeah.
That was cool. Tim Burton's first film as a composer. So little movie history there for you. And that's a fun one. If you ever listen to any interviews of him talking about his life as a film composer, this really random opportunity to compose. I mean, here's a guy in Oingo Boingo, right? He's a hardcore rocker, and he's writing the film score with Tim Burton for Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
He was probably just like, well, why not?
Yeah. That movie was so silly and dumb, but it worked. It was,
yeah.
I think it stands the test of time
too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
One of the girls from singers from B-52s. She's in it. The redhead girl.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up because my brain, I can't remember. I know. I've got my list of things we're talking about today because I'm just like, there's just so much, and because we were there 3 days, and so it's just I'm gonna have
well, maybe we should get into that. Let's talk about what happened last month. Right? So we talked before, if anybody wants to go back and find out your pre-trip kind of discussion, that you were going to Disneyland to celebrate a big birthday. And it's going to be a special trip. And so I'm excited to hear what you did and how it went.
Yeah. Well, first I have to show you my t-shirt that my friend got me for my birthday, and then it will explain a lot about me. But anyway, can you read it, Sue?
Yeah, I'm making my screen bigger. People should seriously stop expecting normal from me.
Yeah, wait, let's see. Oh,
We all know it's never going to happen.
that's me.
Awesome.
This is why Goofy is my favorite.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So yeah. So yes, all right. I went to Disneyland to celebrate my 60th birthday.
Woohoo! Happy birthday.
60 years young. Anyway, so I had never stayed at, like I said, I have friends in Mission Viejo. So every time I went to Disneyland, I'd always stay with them. And I have stayed at a couple of the hotels that are just right there across the street, as they call them, the Good Neighbor hotels. But I never stayed at one of the, Disneyland resort hotels, which there's three. There's Disneyland Hotel, Grand California, and the Pixar Hotel, which used to be called something else. Can't remember. I knew at
Yeah,
one
they
time,
keep
but
changing it.
Yeah, it was the
I
Paradise
know.
Pier.
Well,
Yeah, and
I
they,
think it's the probably the least favored of the three hotels. So I'm sure retheming it helped, and I'll talk about that later on. So I was arriving on July 7th. Well, I arrived on July 17th, and which happened to be the 69th anniversary of Disneyland, since it opened in July 17th, 1955. But we were arriving that day, and we weren't going to go to the park that day because we were all getting in around, noon, and just, checking in when we could. And so I purchased a 2-day park hopper for my family of 5, and then two of my friends that, grew up in California. Neither one of them live in California anymore. One lives in Oregon, and one lives near Dallas, around where I used to live before I moved to Austin. And so I went to Disneyland.com to look for, a deal. Well, a deal.
Yeah.
It's expensive because that's just, how it is. And it's a treat to get to do this. So for my 60th, I decided, okay, I want to stay at the, Disneyland Hotel, and we got I ended up going through Costco because they offered a $200 gift card, Disney gift card to use.
Nice.
And it was the same package you get on Disneyland.com. It was same price. So booked through them. And about a month before I went to pay for it, they, and I might have talked about this on the last episode or show, they had their summer special going. Disney had their summer special. So they said, well, we can give you a 3-day park hopper and it'll be $500 cheaper. And I had 5 people, so it's basically like $100 off a person, which was good. And I'm like,
and you get 3
I knew
days.
we weren't going to be able to, do a whole day there, and I said, yeah. So switched my reservation, paid for our trip, and we arrived on the 17th. And when we got there, okay, yeah. So check-in's not till, I think 3 or 4. And when we got there, if you'll show, the first picture is me just being excited. It's not that it's a great photo, but it's just, as you're going into the Disneyland Resort, area, the photo. And of course, in my excited self in our car, we had to stop so I could take that photo. Anyway, and I was still in the car, so it's not a great photo, but yeah. So I was excited. So my friend's room was ready, but ours wasn't. They stayed at the villas at the Disneyland Resort, which is the DVC, the
Oh,
Disney
right.
Vacation Club.
That's new too, right?
It is new, and
Yeah.
it's really nice and cool, yeah. And because by the time that they booked after I did, they couldn't get we were in the so it's just there's 4 buildings, like the original building with the lobby, and then as you go out of the lobby to the right, in the middle is the pool area, but to the right is the villas, and if straight ahead is where the building we were in, the Adventureland building, and I think maybe the Fantasia building is the one on the left. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but anyway, so theirs was ready, so we went and just put our stuff there, and then we took the monorail, which is very close to the Disneyland Hotel, and it took us right into Disneyland and dropped in Tomorrowland, between the Nemo submarine and the Autopia right there. I'm sure
Yeah,
you've been, yeah, the
isn't that
monorail
cool?
station.
I love that it goes right into the park.
It goes right. It is. It's a great perk of staying at the hotels. And
Hmm.
because I've never, stayed at the hotel, I didn't even realize that that was a perk. So, um, and so if you'll go to the next photo, is just a screenshot of
Oh yeah.
the original rides, well, that were open on the very first day that Disney was open, July 17th, 1955. And we had a reservation for dinner away from Disneyland, so we just tried to ride as many as we could, and we rode um, Snow White. And if you click to the next uh, picture, the carousel. Okay, so I watched this vlogger, I think it's called Park Pass, Provost Park Pass.
Provost Park. I really
Yeah.
like him too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah, I love him.
He gives great little nuggets of Disneyland and
Hmm.
California Adventure. And one of his nuggets was on the carousel, there are 4 horses that look like this with the tongue hanging out. I didn't know that. And I'm like, that's just cool. And of course, my family's like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to get, on this horse? And I'm like, well, you'll see. So I had to take my
That's cute.
silly selfie of the horse. Yeah. So on the carousel. So, and then we did Mr. Toad's Mad Tea Party, Storybook Boats. And we were there. Oh, and then we headed over to Star Wars Land. You can click on the next photo. I think it's my
Oh yeah.
my
Oh,
boys.
that's great.
Yes, this is Trevor and Dylan. Trevor's on the right, Dylan's on the left. They're 29 and 27, and they had never been to Star Wars Land, and they got to be pilots. Well, I made them be pilots. I'm like, you guys got to be pilots, because there were the 6 of us that can go, be on the ride. You're, the 2 pilots, the 2 engineers, and the 2 what is the other one?
Gunners or something.
Gunners, yeah, or you're just
Yeah.
shooting, yeah. But I think the pilots is the coolest, to do. So they did it, and they just were like kids, just had so much fun. Just
Awesome.
so then we took the monorail back to the hotel, and then by that time checked into our room, which you can check the next photo is.
Oh, so pretty.
Well, yes. So that is the view just going out of the lobby. So if you think about it, the lobby is behind, and off to the right there where the villas are, and straight ahead is where our building is, and then you can't see the building on the left, but also you can, if you zoomed in, you can see the little Disneyland sign
Oh,
above
way back
monorail
here.
slide at the pool. And to the right, the little tiki hut is where Goofy's kitchen is,
Over here.
where is the buffet that I went for my actual birthday, and we'll talk about that later. And if you see off to the left is another is where the tiki bar is.
Yeah.
You can't really see in this shot, but it's the pool is in the middle there. So then we checked into our room, and if you go to the next photo, yeah, it's just me. They putting the Disneyland hotel robe. They have 2 robes in. Uh,
Oh,
you can buy those Um, I don't know if you can just take them from the room and then they charge your room. Maybe you can, but they do have them in the gift shop to
Oh, that's
buy.
fun.
But I don't really wear robes, so I didn't get one. But I put it on to take the photo um, in the room in the cool photo of the the
The old
castle, the
castle
old black and
shot.
white. Yeah, the old black
Yeah.
and white. So before you click on the next, I'll just explain what it is. So there's this weird box in between the beds, and it had a little switch on it, and I'm like, what is this? So I switched it, and it's a music box, and it was like, what is this weird creepy music coming out of here? And I'm like looking around, and my daughter goes, look up, mom. And when you play the video, you'll see what it is. So if you go
All
ahead and
right,
do,
let's see.
because it has sound too.
Let's see if I can make this sound.
That was the headboard,
Oh, that's so sweet.
but I don't hear the audio. It
Yeah,
may
it's
be
super
in YouTube.
quiet.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if it'll come through.
And then you can see our view. So there's the Fantasia building, then the original building, and then the villa's off to the left and the pool. And then you can, if you look in the distance, you can see the Matterhorn.
Wow, isn't
Yeah.
that
But it
magical?
just repeats, yeah.
Oh, I can hear it.
Can you hear it, Joey?
No, but
No,
I have access to the video, so I'll go watch it later.
Yes,
yeah, it's
you can.
probably only I can.
Anyway, it's like this old music box
It,
And that's
well,
the headboard? Oh,
that's
it's
the
like the
headboard.
wall behind the headboard. That's
Yes.
crazy.
And I'm pretty much don't like light on when I sleep, but it was very subtle. And my daughter's like,
ooh.
can we just leave it on all night? Because it
Just leave it
also,
on.
we did leave it on, and
That's fun.
it, and you can't really see in the video, uh, but some of the fireworks do like sparkle, right?
It's
There's also
twinkling.
there are also some hidden Mickeys in there that we all found, which you can't see that well in the video. I did have some still shots of it, but I didn't put it in for this. But anyway, so
Oh, it's so magical. It's playing a dream is so wish your heart makes. Is that the name of
yes,
the song?
yes,
Yeah, it's really, and it's like a lullaby kind of music
it
boxing. Like
is.
I
Yeah.
could totally see
But
going to sleep to this.
yes, you can also switch it where the lights are on and not the music. So
Okay.
to sleep. So that was so cool in the room.
Oh,
Um, So then we
wow.
had dinner reservations at the Pixar Hotel at the Great Maple Eatery, which is not this photo. So you can just go back to me or us, or leave it. You can leave it. It's a cool picture. But yeah,
Okay.
and I was just going to tell you we did that because the Great Maple Eatery is a brand new restaurant, and um, it was okay. The food was probably our least favorite of all the food that we had the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Um, it was okay. The drinks were fun, um, but the Pixar Hotel has a really cool gift shop, like all the hotels. So, but they have a rooftop pool, which we just walked around and we didn't stay to swim there, but we, looked around and I did not take any photos because then it was like, I don't know, maybe 9 o'clock at night and I was fading. The
Long day.
pools, it only stay open till 10. So we went back to, oh, I know, but we walked back from the Pixar hotel back to our hotel, and the Disneyland hotel has the convention center, and the cheer dance competition was going on. Oh my
Oh
God,
my
wild! It
gosh.
was wild, and so we watched a little bit of that, and but the reason I have this shot up is in the Disneyland hotel, near the lobby. If you go downstairs, is where the like public bathroom is. And this was the wallpaper in the bathroom. And now I want to
Oh.
do my guest bathroom is it's all Disney stuff in there. And
Cool.
and I would love to put this wallpaper in. I haven't looked up where to get it, but I just think that it's just the coolest. And I'm like, I've got to take a photo of this. And anyway, I thought that was cool. So
It's really
uh,
cool.
yeah, so we get back to the room, I guess about like, I don't know, it's like 9 or 9:15. And so my husband and two of my kids are like, I want to go sit in the hot tub. And I'm like, my other son and I are like, no, we're showering, getting in bed because we were doing early entry the next day.
Mhm.
So they went and did the hot tub and experienced that and had fun. But then it closed at 10, so they were back. So the next day, the 18th, we had early entry to Disneyland, and which happened to be 7:30 because it was, oh yeah, I guess my next photo is not for a while, so I don't have
Okay, I'm
photos.
gonna go back to this then.
That's okay. Yeah, just leave it. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
You guys
Um,
know what this is, right? I
What?
mean, other than being the bathroom, the wallpaper of the
Oh,
bathroom.
is it?
These
I did know, and now I forgot.
Well, so when Walt built Disneyland, right? He was a filmmaker, and when you go to the movies, he wanted you to like live the movies. That was the whole point of going to Disneyland. And riding Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan, you were supposed to live the movies. And when you go to the theater, they have posters of coming films. And so these when you went through the tunnel, I remember this as a kid. I would always slow down and gaze on these really beautiful posters. The artists at Disney would make these coming attraction posters as though they were the films that are coming to the theater, to the cinema. And so, and that's why you have these classic looking. And I'm surprised they only have this many. If you Google them, every single ride at Disneyland gets some kind of poster coming attraction treatment. And so even today, I believe if you walk underneath the train station, walk underneath the track, you'll see these posters there for Indiana Jones Adventure and all the different, even Galaxy's Edge, I think, has posters that show under there. And so yeah, they're
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
think
Yeah,
so.
it's neat.
Yeah, that's cool. And now I don't think I knew that. Maybe I did, but I don't know. I'm 60. So, I don't know. Anyway, so we tried to rope drop. We had park hopper, so we started at Disneyland because that's where the 7:30 entrance where you could go early. And we tried to rope drop Rise of the Resistance, but it was broken down. So which you know, that we were sad about that because we wasted time. We could have rope dropped something else. So we just did Big Thunder Mountain and some other rides, but we decided once it had opened, then it was immediately 2 hours to 3 hour wait. And we're like, no, we're not going to do that. So we bought an individual lightning lane
Okay.
for that. We just decided to splurge. It wasn't worth our time to wait 2 or 3 hours for it. So
Yeah.
we did get an individual lightning lane for later that night. So then and we also did not get Genie Plus. This is also something.
Oh.
This is a I don't know if it's a tip, but when you get a package, you if you to get Genie Plus, you can't say, well, I want Genie Plus just for the 19th or one day of you have to do it
Mhm.
for all the days. And because we knew we were only going to be like that, 5 hours at Disneyland on the 17th, it wasn't worth, 25 or $30 for that day. And so we did not do it for Thursday either. We just did it for Friday because another one of the sisters and her granddaughter came, and when they bought their ticket for the 19th, they bought Genie Plus.
Mm.
So we just got Genie Plus for the 19th. So we did not have it on the 18th. So we just rode what were wait low times and just
Okay.
did all those. And so then we went over to let's see. Oh no, we had a reservation at 11 a.m. For Oga's Cantina, and there were 7 of us, and we got seated at one of those big booths. And I know Joey's been, the large group in the big booth, but it was the big booth right by the door. So the experience right there is not as great because that door just goes
Constantly.
constantly. Yeah, because it's the slide door, the slide door.
Mhm.
And then when we got seated with two other people, and which was fine. We fit. But then when they left, then they sat four people, and oh my gosh, we
Oh
got
my
crammed in
gosh.
there. Yeah, there
That's a
were the
lot.
7 of us plus the 4 of them. Anyway, but we made it work. But and we all had a funky drink, and I can't even remember which one I got, but my husband says if you're just going to go one time, get the fuzzy tauntaun. It's the best, and the best experience. And but my boys had never done the Oga's Cantina because this is their first time at Star Wars Land, and Brent had just done it when we went to Disney World in
Right.
April. So yes, but so they really enjoyed going into Oga's Cantina and experience that. So
if you can do a little day drinking at Disneyland, get the fuzzy tauntaun. Okay, got it.
oh yeah. At 11 a.m. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, the drinks aren't that
Get the
strong,
day
Joey. It's
started.
fine.
Yeah. Well, wait till you see how we ended the night. So, yeah. So then we park hopped and went over to California Adventure. That my favorite roller coaster is the Incredicoaster. So
okay, here we go.
Now, one of the sisters has the season passes, so we have the correct photos, but I don't know what happened. We shared them in this album. Now I can't find the album, so I of course just took with my phone this photo, and there I am in the front with Trevor and Katie, and I don't know who else is it. We're all in.
That's awesome.
My favorite, yeah, right. And then so they had Pixar Fest going on at California Adventure. And so, yeah, I got a mug there, Pixar Fest.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yes, with
like it.
That's great.
All the cool characters, and then the 2024 is on there, so I'll remember that. And yeah, it's cool.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and I love it too. And then if you remember from the last show, I had gotten a mug where I stayed at Disney World at the beach resort, or not the Caribbean, the beach resort. Yeah. And you could not put the mug in the dishwasher. It was hand wash only. So when I'm trying to buy this, all of the price tags were covering up whether I could right.
Oh, no.
And so I went up and I asked,
Classic.
could we peel this away so I could see? And of course, cast members, they're nice. Yeah. And yes. And this one, yes, I can put it in the dishwasher. So.
Yay. That's good.
That's great. Can
and then, of course, I collect pens. So I got the Pixar Fest pen.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Cute.
You'll definitely be able to remember that trip now. Because every time you look at your pens or your mug,
Well, and I drink my coffee in the morning just out of Disney mugs and the assortment that I have.
I
could do a whole show on my pens and mugs, but no.
The next time on the Disney Hack Chat. Speaking of mugs,
mug shot, yeah.
Friend of the show, Ross, went to Tokyo and he brought this back for me.
Oh, that's nice.
It is not dishwasher safe or microwave safe, but it has no handle. It's a nice little, my new favorite mug. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's see where I got off track with my
there, and now we can see it.
Oh, yeah. So then we found a shortcut from California Adventure through the California hotel to the Disneyland hotel. Yeah, a shortcut walk through there.
Yeah, it's a long walk, but it is a shortcut.
It is a shortcut. Yeah. So
I never thought of that as a shortcut, and also it's, covered and air conditioned in a lot of that space too. And on a hot day, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So, so we kind of experienced, Pixar Fest and did Incredicoaster, and then went over to the hotel to swim in the afternoon, and we spent a couple of hours, and it was so relaxing, and it was truly like a resort. Oh, if you'll click to the next photo. So the pools have underneath.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, the E tickets, and I think the other pool has the D tickets. I didn't get the photo over there.
Oh my gosh.
Where it's more of a kiddie pool, and it's where the slide is. And of course we had to, do the slide. and it's this is the monorail slide. And I don't have any photos from that, but so then we swam and relaxed, and there's lady taking pool drink, it's not like a swim up pool bar, but they do have a way to get those fun little swim drinks anyway. So then we all went back to our rooms, got ready, and we had reservations at the Grand California Craft Bar and Grill,
Nice.
which was really cool, at the hotel, because none of us had done any of these these things before. So that place, highly recommend. Everybody, that whatever they got was great. I had fish and chips. My husband and one of my friends had poke bowls, if you like those, and everything. I mean, even my friend, well, they're sisters, yeah. She got just like the kids meal grilled cheese, and I mean, it was great. Yeah, everything was good, and
So,
I
Melanie, is that the
highly recommend
restaurant?
that.
Is that the restaurant that's just off the lobby in the hotel?
Yes, and
Uh-huh.
there's the restaurant, but there's the bar and grill, which is
Yeah.
close to where it's a huge, bar. We were at a table there, but and then the pool is just right there.
Right. Yeah,
And
that
then they
is a
have
great
music. They
spot.
had they had
They had
music. We were
music
right
too?
near the singers, guitars, yeah, it was that I highly recommend.
Mm.
Getting a reservation, hanging out there. Food was great. And so that was fun. And then we um we walked to Star Wars Land from there, and did our lightning lane, our individual lightning
Oh,
lane, which you have to
cool.
pay for, Rise of the Resistance. And if you look at the next photo, I think, yeah, is or my kids.
Oh,
Oh,
awesome.
yes, that's Trevor on the left, and then Katie, and then Dylan on the right. Yeah. So anyway, and they absolutely loved that ride. Of course, who doesn't? Anyway, and that was their first and only experience, because lines are 2 to 3 hours if you
Mhm.
don't rope drop, and we tried to
Yeah.
rope drop, and that
Were
was a
they really
fail.
that long that day you were there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And in
This is
fact,
when you,
we were sitting in Oga's, and we were deciding, we were like, "Oh, it opened. Should we go?" I'm like, "Oh, it's already 2 hours." And then it's 3
Mhm.
hours. And then so that's when we
wow.
decided to splurge and get the individual lightning lane. So,
It's good that it was still available. This is a great picture. This is when you want to print off and frame and hang on the wall in the house.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
10
it.
years will go by fast, and you'll be able
Yeah.
to look back at this at the kids.
Yeah, yeah. The kids, they're all adults now.
Yeah.
Yeah. 29. Trevor on the left's 29, Dylan on the right's 27, and Katie in the middle's 24, or just turned
Yeah.
24 in May. So yeah. So anyway, but I just brought them up on Disney, so they don't get to go as often as I do, but because they've been busy. They were in
Right.
college, and working and all that. But so but they love it. And hopefully they just keep it going on, and if they have kids, keep it going. And
Yeah.
and I have one friend, and she's uh not from this country, but she's lived here 20 years, but she never did take her son. Her son's now 14, and she was thinking about going, and he's like, "No, mom, you didn't take me when I was little, and I don't want to go now. Like, he's too cool
Oh,
for school now."
14. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but it, there
He'll
isn't
come around.
yeah, they could be. So anyway,
Universal will probably be better, especially with things like Mario.
yes, and
Yeah.
I told her
Yeah.
that. And yeah, the amount of and scariness of their roller coasters, and
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
and I don't know if he's a Harry Potter fan, but that would be another advantage. But anyway, so this is all in the same day. We take the monorail back. So we're afraid we're not going to make it back to the tiki bar, and our reservations is at like 9:10 or something. And all of us that aren't the young ones, these three decided to walk back and not try to take the chance taking the monorail and getting back. So they walk fast and get there to let them know, our group's on the monorail, they're coming. And we ended up getting there, right? Okay. But they did get there before us. So if you go to the next photo,
It's a long walk from Galaxy's Edge all the way over to Tomorrowland.
There is.
it is. So but we were like, oh, do we go there? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I was like, is that me?
No, that's me. My cousin's calling me. Anyway, so, anywho.
She's like, I
Trader
saw
Joe's.
you on TV on YouTube right now.
Oh, no, she's like, oh, yeah. So this is in the Tiki Bar. Now, this is probably the hardest reservation that you can get, and well, one of them. And so it's just have you guys both been inside there? Yeah, you have. Okay, yeah. It's tiny. It's
It
basically what
is
you
so
see, this
small.
bar, and then a few tables around. So the capacity is not very big. And we only had a reservation for a 4, and then my friends had a 2. Well, my group was 5, so we asked, is there any way to squeeze, one more in? And they were so nice, and of course, they did. So we had a table
Oh, great.
Just
that
don't tell the
4 of
fire
us
marshal.
sat at, and then a table with 3 just right next, I mean, you're crammed in there. Anyway, so they
Awesome.
have a really cool menu. And of course we didn't go there to eat because we had, already eaten at the craft bar anyway, bar and grill. And so we just were there to get a drink, but the menu is really, really cool. And I should have added a shot of the menu, but there is a drink on there called the OA. It's OH-U8. No, UH-OA. OA. And if you go to the next shot is my friend Leslie
Oh my.
and my daughter. So basically it's a drink for, they say, 3 people or whatever, but and it's got 2 rums and lots, punch and lots of juices. And they have my friend Susie, who actually took this photo, Leslie's sister, she took a video of it, and I didn't have it, which would have been great to have in here. But they light a lime, and I don't know what's on the lime, on fire. So this big fire, and then they start doing this singing and doing this chant. The whole, all the workers in there stop every time somebody gets this drink, and they do this. And then if you look closely on the top of each of the points of the triangle, there's a little cup that has cinnamon, and you just get the cinnamon and you throw it at the fire, and it makes big sparks. It's so cool. I wish I had the video.
Love that.
But yeah. And then so we just had you have these long straws, and you just share the drink, and it was delicious. And then so after we experienced that, I actually have 3 drinks on the menu, like special drinks that they do, some song or something funky that they do in the bar, and this was one of them. So it was a great treat, great experience. So if you go to the next photo, it's just the end of the night. I wanted to get a shot of Katie and I in our Pooh Bear and Piglet t-shirts, matching t-shirts. And of course I got her those Pooh ears at Disney World when I was there in April, because she loves Pooh Bear. And if you notice that we are actually standing, so you can't see, but there's a pool in front of us and a pool behind, but you'll see the Disneyland sign right above our heads. And behind that is the villas, the DVC.
Mm.
And our friend's room, you can see, but I can't. I mean, it's like the second down, and it's close to where those little color tabs are. They're color keys, and what it is, and it goes from the roof all the way down. And it's the colors, all the colors that were used in Frozen, Jungle Book, and Mulan. And there's 3, and you have to, zoom in to see it, but there's, 3 of all the colors. And it is the coolest thing. And from their room, their room is right next to where it is. You can just just sit there and look at all the colors. And anyway, I thought that was just that, and just the pool signs were just like little things, details that, maybe not everybody knows about or has seen. But anyway, so that was the end of night 2. And how are we doing on time? Okay, so
I think we're okay.
okay, the next day is my birthday. And if you click to the next shot, yeah. So I don't know, that album had all of our photos. Part of going to Goofy's kitchen is before you go to eat the buffet, you go into his kitchen, and he's there for all the group photos, the hugs, the kisses, all the things. And I don't have those photos on my phone right now, so I couldn't show you. But this is I took of our first night when we were just walking around the convention center, because Goofy's kitchen is over there by convention center. And the guy working there said, "Well, what can I help you?" Because I'm just looking around, and I said, "Oh, well, I have a reservation for my birthday on Friday, and so I'm just looking to see what it's all about." And it was like, I don't know, 8:30 that night, and so they weren't busy. They were about to close, and so but Goofy was still in his kitchen, and he says, come here, come on." So I got to take this photo with Goofy 2 nights actually before my birthday, but we did it as all a group photos, and great photos. So anyway, if
That's
you
so
go to
fun.
it was great. But if you go to the next shot is, yes, if you're celebrating your birthday, you get a special cupcake with a little mint chocolate candy Goofy hat on top of the cupcake. And actually that frosting tastes very similar to the gray stuff in Disney World at the Beauty and the Beast Castle, or the restaurant, or whatever that restaurant's called.
Yeah, the Be
That
Our
is,
Guest.
yes. So I had that on my 50th birthday.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah, and in Disney World, yes. And then I had this on my 60th birthday. So I thought, oh, that's really cool. So
Mhm.
okay, so then we did purchase Genie Plus that day. Now, I know that that's all changed now, and all that changed. The lightning links. I need to see what it's called, but it changed on the 24th, 5 days after we left, of how you do, how you book your, they kind of
It
now went
didn't
back to
it
the.
didn't actually change at Disneyland. They just
Oh, it
changed all
hasn't
the
yet.
words. Yeah, there's
Oh, it's
no
just the words.
his
Okay, but
system
they
still works
have
the
changed
same.
it at Disney World, though.
Exactly, but
Okay, where you
Disneyland
make
stayed the
your
same.
3 basically like fast passes before, and yeah,
Yeah, you
that.
can't do that at Disneyland.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So yeah, so we did have Genie Plus. So that was the day that we, California Adventure, we went on web slingers and Incredicoasters and Soarin', and did all those things where you could, we got it and I started doing the booking, the stacking, sorry,
Oh, right.
and then I stacked our roller coaster rides for Disney, or Disneyland, in the afternoon, because we park hopped over there. So yeah, if you go to the next one is when we parked up. There we are, Space Mountain with my whole group,
Nice.
and yeah. And of course I have better photo, like the when you have the season pass, you get the whatever they
Yeah,
call
you
it.
get the
You
What
can
is
photo
that
get all.
face you're making there, Melanie?
Oh well,
I love it.
I had to be goofy. That's me. I
Even
know.
Katie.
I know.
What's
Yeah,
up?
no, Katie, and then Trevor, and Jill's mine, and then my friend Leslie. And then I don't know what my husband's doing, but that's okay. We're all
He's just
having
enjoying
fun.
himself.
Yep. Yeah, we do. Yeah. So, oh, and then the Matterhorn broke down. Yeah, I know. That's a common thing with the Matterhorn. Anyway, while we were just about to go, and we in the part of the line we were in, we were right in the front there, and but it broke down, and they got everybody. We got to watch them, the workers climb the mountain to get everybody safely off, and then watch
Oh
how
my
they
gosh.
them backwards down the ramp, or not the ramp, the track, I guess. And so we were like, but because we did have, like the what is it called? The lightning lane for it, through our Genie Plus. We uh sometimes, if the ride they think is going to be broken down for an hour, they'll give you a pass to come back or that kind of thing, but they wouldn't give it. So we just waited, and it took about I guess 25 minutes. So we just had to wait for it
Mm,
to come back up, but then we rode it, and so that was, this is just one of those kind of Disney experiences that happens, and you just got to go with it.
yeah.
So then my birthday dinner, by the way, if you go to the next shot, was at the Carnation Cafe. I had never eaten in there before. And
Fun.
yeah, and my husband had the best salmon he's ever had there. I know, it's crazy.
Really?
The best food, yes. And I had Walt's meatloaf. That was like his signature. No, no, sorry, not meatloaf, chili. Like,
Mm.
I was thinking of meatloaf. I'm hungry. Anyway, Walt's chili, like the chili that he liked, and they had the recipe there. And then everything everybody else got was really good. And so yeah, and yeah, you see my friend Leslie and my friend Susie and my friend Amy. Those are all three sisters that grew up in Mission Viejo. And then that's Kylan in the back. That is Amy's granddaughter. So there were
Ugh.
9 of us for my birthday dinner, and it was I had the waitress take our photo right at 5:45 p.m. when I was born. So this is when I officially turned 60. We're right here. Yes, the whole group's like, "You're weird," and I'm like, "Uh-huh. Did you read the T-shirt?" Yeah. So, anyway, so yeah, great dinner, and um then the rest of the night we did Pirates and Smuggler's Run again, Millennium Falcon. Actually, if you go to the next shot, then it was Katie and Brent's turn to
Oh,
pilot.
fun.
So yeah, they got to pilot, and that was fun. So and then we took the Matterhorn. No, sorry, my brain. The monorail
You took the
back to
Matterhorn,
our
huh?
resort for the end of the evening. I was so tired because we had planned to watch the fireworks,
Mm,
and like in front of the castle. These were all my grandiose plans, right? I did a lot of my plans, but not everything. And I was too tired. My group's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'm sure. I'm done,
yeah.
ready to go back." So we go to the monorail. Well, the monorail is broken. So we have to sit there and wait. Well, guess what? The monorail station where you wait, there are benches, and we were there for a while, so we had a bench. So we watched the entire fireworks from there. Now you can't see the castle show part of it, but I had already seen it, so it wasn't like it was new to me. But we got to sit right there, no crowds, fireworks.
That's
And then
great.
as soon as the fireworks were over, then the monorail was fixed, and got to ride back, and that was the end of my birthday night.
Wow.
So we checked out the next day. The cool thing about staying at the resorts is that you do have to check out by the checkout time, which is normally 11. But of course, in the morning, my daughter's like, "Call and see if we can get late checkout." So I called. It was on the speakerphone in the hotel room, and the lady said, "No, yeah, no, checkout's at 11." And then my daughter blurts, "Oh, but it's her 60th birthday. Is there anything you can do?" Like, that was her little sweet voice. And the
So
lady said,
smart.
"Oh, hold on." She came back, and we got late checkout at noon. So we had a whole
Great.
hour. So we went to the pool and enjoyed the pool all morning.
Oh,
And it was great. And the
nice.
hot tub. Oh, the hot tub is spectacular too. It's huge,
Fantastic.
huge. and did the water slide and but then when we and the other nugget is that you can you do have to check out, but you can enjoy the pool and the resort, whatever, until midnight of that day.
Wow.
So yeah, but we were already knew we were going to go back because we were all going to stay at their childhood house, this huge 4-bedroom Brady Bunch house with this huge L-shaped beautiful pool with the diving board and the rock waterfall. And so we were anxious to get to go and stay one last time because they're going to put it up for sale. Nobody is
Mhm.
going to none of the 4 sisters are going to keep it. So, which is sad. My daughter is totally sad. She's like, I wish I wasn't rich, I could buy it. But yeah, so, and she got her degree in architecture, so she just likes that. It's that that style of house, the
Yeah,
old
totally.
60s,
That
70s looking
mid-century.
house. Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
So anyway, so yeah, we swam, but when we went back to the car to leave, there was a flat tire. So Susie, who drove, and my husband just stayed and for AAA to come and deal with
Oh my
that. So the
gosh.
rest of us just went and enjoyed downtown Disney. There, the huge Star Wars store is there, so everybody got something there. My son got Star Wars, the like the Starbucks mug that makes the Star Wars, and my daughter got I could have put that photo into um, her 2 dogs, a mini Aussie and a golden retriever, the little Star Wars, I don't know, shirts, whatever, dog
Like
costume,
dog
whatever. I don't know
costumes.
what. Yes, with the little hoodie, and oh my gosh,
So
they're
cute.
so cute. So anyway, um, we had fun in there. We wandered around and we ate. We went uh, to lunch at a Mexican food place that the restaurant is in the middle of downtown Disney. Like, how they have all the stores and the restaurants kind of on the right and left as you're walking. Well, this was like just in the middle. I forget what it's called, but it's fancy
Is
Mexican
that the
food.
Uva bar?
The what?
Well, it used to be called the Uva bar. It was right in the middle of the
Oh,
Oh
walkway.
yes, and
yeah.
around, yes, the bar is there in the
Yeah.
middle. Yes.
And then the tables are around that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we there, and then they were able to get the car tire, fixed, and then they met us for lunch, and then we went on our way to Mission Viejo. But yeah, that was a Disneyland trip, and um I did not show these cool things I got in the room. I brought home, these were the condiment kits.
Oh,
Um
how fun.
yeah, for your coffee, and because they have the Keurig in the room with their coffee, and then also the little mints, just little one's milk chocolate, one dark chocolate. I'll eventually eat them. There's 2 mints in there, but I just thought it's so cool, so cute. Yes, I'm taking it.
Mhm.
I took everything. There was a dental
Totally.
kit, with a toothbrush and floss, and anyway, and then then we also spent time shopping at the Disneyland Hotel gift shop, which is really cool. And of course, I had to get the pen.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah. Oh no, Mickey's taking the photo of the
Does it say
signs.
the
Anyway,
happiest stay on earth?
yes, it does. Happiest day on earth. Yes, it does. And I'd have to give this trip, I mean, a 10 out of 10.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, of course, we had, the monorail breaking down. We have to wait. Matterhorn breaking down. Rise of the Resistant breaking down. These are, but
That's
when
just
you're
gonna
at
happen.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
happiest place on earth, you just, it's just you're too happy. So it's,
Hmm.
but yes, definitely a trip of a lifetime. Uh, the Disneyland Hotel, resort is very pricey, but I highly recommend it. Either, you know, hope you're rich or save your pennies. But, it was it was awesome. Yep, trip of a lifetime for sure. And I would
It-
say of what did I say? Been to Disneyland, at Disney World, oh, I have it on my notes 30 something times.
Wow.
This was the best. This was the best. And
Wow.
probably second best was my 50th, because my 50th was all my brother's family, my mom, my dad, my stepmom, and my dad passed away less than a year after that.
Wow.
And yeah, 10 years ago. So yeah, so it meant a lot to me, that they were all there, and we rented a house in Florida, and that had a pool, and it had like 6 bedrooms, all one story. It was
Nice.
awesome, and not very far from Disney. And we, we're there a whole week, and we went to the parks. Don't think we park hopped, because I figured with that amount of people and the ages of the group, it was going to be too hard. So I think we did one park each day for 4 days, and then we just enjoyed staying at the house with the pool and cooking and having a party and just fun, but two
Yeah.
different kind of experiences. But yeah.
10 years ago at Disney World, it was like perfect. 2014, you had the old Fast Pass Plus
Yeah,
system.
it's easy.
Boy, I knew how
Pre-COVID.
to game that system.
Yeah, those
I
were
was a
good times.
pro. My group just lined up behind me. It's like, okay, next, here we yep.
Exactly.
And it was free.
Right.
Free.
Well, at least it was included.
Yeah. I'm trying
Yeah.
to remember if that's still when the fast passes were, when like everybody didn't have to be there with a card, right? We could send one person to go get the
And they
fast
might have
pass,
been.
everybody.
Yeah,
And
they
I'm like,
had the
oh,
magic
here you
bands
go,
and
you go, and we, and take turns. So so
2014 had the app.
Oh,
We
the
went
app was
March.
already there.
We
Wow.
had the app in March of 2014, and we're able to use that to
I think
fast
I
passes.
remember that we got to book 3, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like 60 days out or 90 days
Right.
out or whatever, and whatever it was. And then once you did those, then you got to do, and that's what they're doing now.
Yeah.
At Disney
Right.
World, you're booking the 3, and then you can go then. So it's the way a lot of people now don't like it, because what they liked about the system, the
Previous.
just the previous one, was being able to stack later in the afternoon. You just start stacking, and you could do so many rides.
So you can't do that anymore?
Well, you can't, because you can't get any more till you've done the 3. So you want to get in there early and get those 3 done.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah, that's there's the Disney tip. Except, you know what? I say that's what I learned like a month ago. I don't know if with people complaining and changes, and who knows, but
always check the most recent information. That's for sure.
Yeah. So,
well, thanks so much, Melanie, for sharing your story. That sounds like, it really does sound like a great way to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, it is. I highly recommend it. I mean, if you're a Disney fan, because there's glitches, and you just got to roll with it. You just got to know that's just how it works. I mean, and then of course, my computer scientist husband explaining to everybody about, well, all the, these rides, what, the engineering that goes into it, and how these things, how hard it is to maintain these things and keep them going. And
yeah,
they're
incredibly complex.
It is. And then of course, I was in charge of doing all the lightning lanes or whatever, and like I did at Disney World. I'm on my phone a lot, just refreshing. Here it is, my birthday, and everybody's, you sure you want to be on your phone? I'm like, yeah, because I'm the best at it, and I'm gonna do it. So just fall in line, and
it's my birthday.
And my group knows.
And I'm in charge.
My friends know. My family knows. They just let me do it.
There's always that one person, and you're it.
I'm the person, and actually, they don't mind it. They don't want to be that person. They just and we always have fun, whatever I plan. So
that's nice.
I hear my dog is wanting to get in, so maybe it's my time.
That's our cue. Well, thanks you guys this is fun. It's always fun to get together. So let's do it again soon.
for
Yeah,
sure.
sounds great.
All right, and thanks to anyone who's watched this. Appreciate your sticking with us, and I hopefully you learned something too. It was really fun.
Yeah.
So, all right, you guys, see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Wait, we have